place. Here we are so far away in space. When I see your eyes, I can recognize myself. When I see your smile, I can see myself looking back at me. I think that you have found an interesting way to get around this place. Here we are so far away in space, and I never thought that I could try, 'cause I was always just too busy just doing it, and never thought that I could ever learn to fly, 'cause I was always on the ground and I was just doing it. And I think that you have found an interesting way to get around this place. Here we are so far away in space.
Okay, again, live from our bedroom, on location. Here we are, and I of course have my kids with me in the room, and today we are live on location from a place where you can live more extravagantly when you are in retirement than you would when you were working really, really hard. A place where you can hang out with other people who are all at the twilight years, the time where you can spend time on things that have nothing to do with monetary value. You can do everything and anything you want to do, like throw yourself a birthday party. This is something you can do all the time. And I'm here with my Zadie, who is now, as I say, 96 years young, and we're in the midst discussing a birthday party that is going to happen tonight, and that was going to be with a piano player.
Yes.
And his name again was
Nathan Rosen.
And he's going to do he's going to do a couple of sets tonight. And I was looking at your set list. It looks like it's about 12 songs in. And a song for me, when I was working in Vegas, takes about 3.5 minutes or 3 minutes to do. So that looks like 36 minutes in front of you. And how much time do you plan on doing tonight?
With Nathan, an hour. 1 hour.
1 hour.
With Nathan.
With Nathan. Okay, so you're going to be playing like a 45-minute set.
Yeah, he'll be doing his shtick and I'll do mine.
Right. And you do a little shtick in between, right? You do a little talk? You do, like as a,
yeah, we'll do something, I'm sure.
Is there a back and like? Do you and Nathan have a rapport on stage that, like, do you have a back and forth like a
Yes, we have. We know. He knows what I'm doing, and I know what he's doing, so it works out pretty good.
I'm very happy to hear that. I really hope that really works out for you.
Well,
and so this Saturday you're going to be having yourself a birthday party. You're having some folks out. We're meeting. We're going to be having a dinner for your birthday this year as well. So I wasn't privy to the party. I thought the party was for the Eltercuckers.
No, it's for everybody.
An Eltercucker, if you don't know, is someone who's cucking very elderly. So cucking, you can. It's people who aren't as young as they used to be, and they're cucking around. Because you say you're cucking around. You do say you're cucking around. I've heard that before.
Eventually.
So if you're
sometimes.
So can you Eltercucker around? Can you?
No.
Just be slower.
Yeah, everything is slow.
So when you cuck around, you be a little bit slower.
It used to be fast, now it's half fast.
Half fast now. This is where we're going to live. This is what's happening. So we are talking to you about a lot of aspects of, because I'm in the entertainment industry, and I don't fall too far from the tree. You yourself were performing in many bands as well.
Oh, yeah. And your bar mitzvah was the highlight of my career.
Of your career?
Absolutely.
I don't know about that.
When you tried to outstage me, upstage me.
Upstage you? Well, you know, it was my party.
No, it's okay.
It was my party.
And
for a bar mitzvah, for those who don't know, is the 13th birthday for a Jewish boy in his life. And I'm happy to be Jewish in my life. And yes, we did. We sang Downtown Strutter's Ball. We sang Downtown Strutter's Ball on stage during my bar mitzvah, because I do like to perform. I like it. I don't need to be paid to do it. It's no. People would pay me to shut up. That's more.
You're doing fine.
Right? I'm doing fine. That's never good. And so, how did you start your entertainment career? If you had to say, did you actually think you wanted to be an entertainer? Was that part of your day?
Well, I had to keep up with my two nephews. My brother was a chassan, and he had 2 sons.
A chazan is a cantor,
Cantor, yes.
who sings in shul, the Jewish church. Go on.
And he had 2 sons, and they both were great musicians. They both, I don't know if anybody here remembers Paul Whiteman,
Okay.
but he was one of the biggest orchestras in the United States and Canada. And my nephews played in that band, and I was a little jealous of what they were doing, so I had to do something. So I pleaded with my father to buy me a saxophone, and he did.
Okay.
And then I had to go out and make some money with it. So at 14, I started playing the saxophone. And my first job, although I got paid, I didn't play a note. But it was
You got paid, but you didn't play.
No, my teacher said, at that time we used a lot of musicians. He said, I got to have 10 men. I can't find them. He said, I'd like you to come out, get your saxophone out. He said, and don't blow a note. Just sit there and look intelligent.
Just sit there and look like you know what you're doing. Don't play. I need 10 guys on stage. You don't play. But they're still going to pay you.
You get the same pay as all the other guys.
Yeah, they're still going to pay you. That's fantastic. So at 14 years old, his father bought him a saxophone, and he found himself working. Isn't that interesting?
I had to work.
You have to work. So at 14, I might buy these kids some. Well, so far, my oldest son, your grandson,
My great-grandson.
your great grandson, actually your oldest great grandson,
My oldest.
your oldest great grandson, he can play a little bit of the banjo, he can play a little bit of the ukulele, and he can play a little bit of the recorder. Right? Was there anything else you'd add to that list? Anything? No. Yeah, he can play cards. He can also play some cards when he's waiting for the gig to start. Drums are on his list as well, as he's saying out the side. So there we go. So we have 14 years old. You start to play in a band that you didn't have to play a lick. So when did the big band stuff? So you started in big band right from the beginning.
Yeah, well, I worked with all kinds of, well, they're all dead now. Teddy Rotterman and Jackie Kane and all the big ones.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so did you find yourself ever in the studio, or you always just on stage?
All over the place. We were with Jack Evans. We played at the Seabreeze at the across from the exhibition at Sunnyside then. 5 cents a dance.
Nice. But we're talking live performances,
This
correct?
is live performances.
Did anyone ever bring you into the studio and record you on any of their albums ever? Did that ever take place?
No. I wasn't.
Only live
I was
stuff.
never in a studio band.
Never. Well, studio band guys are just studio. They don't tour and then go into the
They
studio.
do, but these are very, very efficient, very good musicians that know what they're doing.
Right.
And you really have to know where you're going.
Right.
But I've had the opportunity to play with the best of them.
Right. And that went on for a while. So you found yourself playing in bands right into the Army. The Army came around, and then
that's where we really played, because I brought in a lot of my friends that were musicians. I brought them into the band, and a lot of them had to go to the
front lines.
No, they went overseas just to play. No, they were
they were
entertaining, but they were just excellent musicians, and it was great.
Right. Hold on, but you basically played in Camp Borden up here, right?
Yeah, I stayed here all through.
You never left Canada.
No, they wouldn't let me go. I was in a dance band. I played lead saxophone, and.
Okay, so we need Marvin. You can't send Marvin to the front lines to play.
No, they pulled me off the train.
Get off the train or the plane.
Every time.
Every time. You got to stay here.
5 times I was on this and on that kind of leave, what they call.
To take off to play on the other side of the world.
That's right.
And it didn't happen. It didn't happen for you. And I guess that's kind of okay that it didn't happen. Yeah. Did anything bad happen to the guys that got sent over there to play in band?
No, I think all our boys returned alive.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Normally, because I'm not a journalist or a person of interview status, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm chit-chatting. I'm having a chit-chat. Yeah. But normally you don't ask a question you don't have the answer to.
No.
That's normally a good idea. Not for me. I'm actually asking questions because I really want the answers.
So
which is
if I have an answer, I'll give it to you.
Perfect. I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. And then I find you, after that, you get a job in Toronto. What came first, managing Sam's or doing record sales?
No, first, before that, I was with Art Snyder.
Art Snyder.
Yeah, he passed away at a very early age. He lived in his early 60s. And all he did was he's prepared acts for different hotels and stuff. And I went around selling the entertainment. And
You were putting together musical programs with acts, with talent to and go hotel to hotel.
Yeah, I all did the. I can't think.
It's okay. You don't have to think.
I
too
did
bad.
the supporting acts at Town Casino in Buffalo,
Right.
and at McMahon's in Buffalo, and
Are you the booker? No, you're the agent.
I was the agent. I was selling the. I had to sell myself, then I can sell the talent.
Right. Well, and I think you did a pretty good job. And who were the biggest acts that you had toured around with?
Well, Gordon Lightfoot, I guess, was
Gordon
the top.
Lightfoot. Well, that's pretty
was
big.
the top one.
Yeah, he's still doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Gordon Lightfoot came to your my booby, your wife's funeral.
Well,
He was
my
there.
mother passed. When my wife passed
Yeah,
away,
he came
Gordon, Gordon came to shul. He was there for me.
Yeah, I saw that. I was there. It was remarkable. So we had a moment of so first we're doing the live entertainment for others, and then records.
Then I started working for London Records.
London
That's in
Records.
London and England,
Yeah.
and I was there for quite a while. I was working for a guy named Max Zimmerman. He was the distributor.
Yeah,
for
Max Zimmerman he changed his last name to Mann.
Yeah.
And I know his family.
Yeah.
His daughter and
Yeah,
his
his kids.
grandchildren.
His sons worked for me. When I started working for Sam, anyways.
His son. Oh, his son, right? No, I know.
Yeah,
I know his grandson.
Yeah.
I'm friends with his grandson. His last name isn't Zimmerman anymore. It's just Mann.
Yeah.
Mann. That's funny. Yeah, because they're so London Records.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, he's in casting now. He does casting for commercials and television.
Very nice.
Yeah. I think it's actually called Mann's Casting.
Yeah.
And they're just moving right now. I hope to talk to them at some point and bring this up. That'd be
Anyways,
fantastic.
I worked with Art Snyder for quite a while, and then I left Art, and I started off with my wife, Sylvia.
Right.
And we had our office at the King Edward Hotel, and we were booking various acts
Right.
from my office and at the King Edward Hotel. Sylvia stayed home, and I was the road man. And as I continued selling talent, because I had all the connections with all the agents in New York, Chicago, Montreal,
Right.
all over the place.
Right.
And I did a lot of traveling.
So how does that parlay into records? Like, so this is records you're talking about now?
And I'm talking about live,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
selling live.
So then you
talent.
went and selling the records with the Zimmermans, and then so where does Sam the Record Man come to volition?
Well, one day when I was working for
London?
London, we had to take inventory at Sam's, and they didn't have enough people to do it. So he asked me if I would take a day off and help with the inventory, which I did. And while I was in the store, Sam said, "Marvin, go up and see my brother." So I talked to Sid, and said to Marvin, "How long you got 3 children at home? How long you gonna run around on the road?" He says, "I'll come and work for us. If we make money, you'll make money." And that's exactly how it was. I started at $100 a week, and I think I ended up with about $600 a week. So it was a good job, but a very responsible job.
So you were managing, and what day did you find yourself managing on?
I
It was Saturdays? It was the weekend?
every day.
Oh, you were managing every day?
Every day except Sunday. Then I decided, I saw there was a lot of business to be done on Sunday, so we started the Sunday, which was not allowed.
No, it was against the law in Toronto.
I know, but he had a very good lawyer.
Now, do you have a lawyer?
No, Sam had a lawyer.
Oh, Sam had the lawyer.
And we were in court and all that. But anyways, we got away with it, and it was good. It was good.
It's important to have a lawyer because I have a guy who's a lawyer, a consultant guy, and if he can't be your lawyer, he'll find a lawyer for you. Yeah, so I put his name on the broadcast here, and then I advertise it a little bit.
No, he's.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. But it was one of the greatest lawyers here in Canada.
One of the greatest lawyers in Canada, but we can't remember his name.
He had that judge really. I don't know. His head was in his hand all the way because he he talked so fast, and he tried to convince him that Sunday was not really a Jewish holiday. We observed the Saturday, but Sunday's not our holiday. Anyways, we got away with it.
Got away with it.
Yes, we kept opening Sunday. We never closed up on Sunday.
Right? No, I know, and I'm very happy to have that conversation. That the reason Sunday is abolished is part of my grandfather, my Zadie. I'm very happy for that to be part of my my living here in Canada.
My Sunday business turned out to be excellent. It took in money value through the years well over $2 million just on Sunday business alone.
Wow. I'd like to get a cut of that. Should I call it the Snydermans and ask them if they got a little extra scratch from me? No.
Well, they're both gone now, Adam.
No, I'm talking about the family.
I know.
The store's gone too. They took
everything is gone.
Everything is different.
Sam died the 23rd of September this year. It was 2 years that he's gone. Sam is gone.
No, that can't be. It's a long time ago. This is 2014.
No, I'm telling you, it's only 2 years that Sam died.
Well,
his brother died.
His brother died along. All right, sorry about that.
Sid died at the age of 97.
Right.
And Sam was a year younger than me, so 2 years ago was 94. So he was 93 when he passed away.
Wow. And did you hear that they took the sign down and they planned on doing something with it, and they still haven't done anything with it?
No, I haven't. Everybody asked me. I don't know anything about the signs. All I know is Sam sold his property on
Yonge Street?
On Yonge Street and on Bond Street, and he had all kinds of good stuff. He got $40 million from Ryerson.
$40 million?
$40 million.
I don't think I knew the number. That is a crazy big number.
I know.
Wow. Well, I clearly don't have that family that has the $40 million in the bank. But that's an interesting. That's all very interesting. All those things lead up to me saying, well, maybe there's other things I don't know about you. So I brought your great grandchildren here, each of them with their own questions at hand, almost like the four keshes, which of course is during Passover, and the four questions, right? So I'm going to start with my oldest, and he's going to give us a feedback of his not feedback. He's going to ask the questions because you know how the doctors and lawyers in life. They make their kids doctors and lawyers. I'm a professional yet, so I'm trying to get my my son involved. Okay, so you have the microphone. Go ahead.
Hi, Adam.
Ben.
Ben! Oh, I forgot, you see.
So you worked for Sam the Record Man?
Yes, I did.
You do music with Marvin?
Singing with Marvin.
And you were one of the people that said we should go shopping on Sundays.
Absolutely. We pay taxes 365 days a year. So I figured we should be able to be open on Sunday too.
And you were once president of the Pride of Israel.
I was president in 1985. I was chairman of the board.
So what up?
And your grandmother, may she rest in peace, she was chairman of the board in the year of 2000.
What up?
Well, your father mentioned I was doing the chauffeur blowing for 35 years at the Pride of Israel, and I guess I did a fairly good job because I never got fired, and I always got paid, and I always returned the check to them because it was just my pleasure to be able to do it, and I think I did a pretty good job.
You want to blow the chauffeur?
Blowing the chauffeur.
You want the chauffeur? Blow the chauffeur?
Okay.
Okay, that was Benjamin. I was saying to him that we had little people blowing chauffeurs at our shul. I thought maybe Benjamin would like to borrow the chauffeur and blow it, but he didn't understand what I was asking. So now I have three. I don't have just one child. I have three. So I want to bring up the second oldest or the second youngest, depending on who you talk to. Samson Cameron, and here we are. So he's going to ask his questions, and here we go. Sammy, the mic is yours.
What's your favorite thing to do?
What did he say?
What is your favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing to do is try to get people laughing and smiling. If I make one person smile every day, I think I've accomplished something.
Next question. What's your favorite thing to eat?
To eat, I enjoy all my food. I have a variety of things that I eat here, and the food is pretty good. I enjoy it.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is beef ribs when they have them. They're very good.
Yummy.
Now, beef ribs are yummy. I almost bought a rack of ribs. I have never bought a rack of ribs my whole life because it's usually about $50. It was $12 for a rack of ribs. I was like, I got to buy me a rack of ribs. And so I had the ribs. I had them in my buggy. And I'm like, who's going to eat these ribs? I can't eat more than 3. I got a rack of ribs. He eats a quarter. The other one eats a quarter. This one eats a quarter. And my wife doesn't eat ribs. And so I have no idea. But it was such a good price that I had it in my buggy for the whole time until I was like, I can't eat this. So I returned it for 3 steaks. All right. So again, I have my third oldest. You're the third oldest, and I have the third oldest here who has something to ask you, has his own questions. Come here and own the microphone.
He's not the oldest.
The third oldest.
Who's the older then?
You're the third oldest. Okay, there you go. Talk inside. Use your words.
What's your favorite number?
My favorite number, I don't know. I guess number 3.
His favorite number is the number 3.
What's your favorite color?
Red.
Okay.
Did you know that? Did you know his favorite color was red?
Nope. I knew your favorite color was red or blue.
I don't know what to tell you other than it's cute. It's very nice to see them. I'm just trying to get them all to have a little moment.
Why not? They're
Yeah,
beautiful.
sure.
They're beautiful children.
They are beautiful children.
I love them dearly.
I do, and I don't even have I have a couple of pictures of them as babies on the website because I don't want anyone to know what they look like.
No, I have to throw them out. They change every day. They look different.
Throw them out.
I like the new ones.
The new pictures.
And the real thing, when they come to visit me, it's wonderful.
No, I'm talking about online. So when you go online, you're not going to see them specifically. You'll see baby pictures, so you won't be able to pick them up on the street and say, "I know you, Ben."
Yeah, they don't look like that anymore.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason I put it all together. There's no diggity doubt. Okay, so I went through my list of interesting things of basically what in the entertainment industry. There's so many aspects of what to do. The live performance, the recorded. I asked you, mostly you were live. Mostly you did the living and the touring.
Oh, yeah.
So you spent a lot of time on the road? Is that right? You spent a lot of time on the road doing the traveling? Because I did the same thing. I lived in my car for 3 years, and it gave me what I needed, the chops I needed. Because that's what you need to do. If you want to be a performer, you have to go on the road. Would you agree with that?
I know. I wasn't only selling myself. I had to sell Canadian talent, which wasn't the easiest thing in the world to sell, but I sold it.
Selling Canadian talent.
But as I told you earlier, I had to sell myself first. Then they'd listen to me, listen to the record.
Right. You're talking about yourself as an agent.
Yeah,
But when you were a performer, it was the road that made you stronger?
Oh, yes.
So this is what I'm suggesting. So those who are listening, if you would like to be a live performer, going on the road and performing for different audiences all across the country, all across the continent, all across the world is the way to go.
That's right.
Okay. That's one of the problems with the industry because it's the travel that makes it so hard because that's where you need to do if you're in this industry. My wife won't let me go away longer than 2 weeks. And if I want to work really good gigs, it's about a month. Like if you want to work on a cruise ship, I never had a cruise ship offer me less than 6 weeks. So it's either 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months even. This contract that just keeps you kind of always. And I want to hang out with my kids. I'm a part-time worker and a full-time parent.
Well, when I was working with Art, he sent me right across Canada.
Right.
And it wasn't easy. I had to wait for 10 to 13 weeks of the shot.
That's what I'm saying. It's very difficult, but that's part of the entertainment industry is the travel. It's
But
the side.
you had to keep going.
Well, Or not do it. You have to make a choice that if this is the industry you're in, you're doing it because you want to do it and you can't do anything else.
Well, I enjoyed what I did. I really did.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed what you did. It'd be terrible if you didn't enjoy it. I also enjoyed what I did. It was terrible when you got to a place that clearly was not enjoyable at all. Places that you're a talking buffet. You know, people who ran clubs sometimes weren't in it for the entertainment. They were in it for the money. Yeah. And they would treat you that way. And the numbers you're throwing out, I got paid the same money your talent got paid back in the 50s.
No.
Things got terrible for live performers. Just like at the, not the Grey Cup, the American version of the Grey Cup, the Super Bowl, they want to start charging the talent to perform at the Super Bowl. Did you hear that craziness?
That's right.
No, they want to charge the talent.
It's a money business.
No, but they want to make the talent pay for the privilege because there's an audience of 20 million people.
Yeah, but look at the exposure they're getting. Look at all the exposure they're getting.
Yeah, well, now you're talking like a businessman. But normally when you have an audience of people that you want to entertain, you pay the talent. You give them money to perform. This is normally how it goes.
Normally, yes.
Yeah, normally. But because the world in the last 25 years is turning on its head, as I told you, in my whole career, I made less money than the people you were pawning off on people back in the 50s. These numbers you're throwing out are the same numbers I'd be getting paid.
The only time they got fairly big money is when they worked the big clubs. But for an ordinary club days where businessmen have a meeting or something like that, they only got $25.
So I know. What do you think? What do you think the local clubs are paying when you do a spot? You know, a spot, not a set, not 45 minutes, but just a spot.
That's what I'm talking spots.
Yes, I know. $25. That's still to today. Like, it's not a lot of money. Even New York, the big names that were traveling from comedy club to comedy club, but they can do 10 a night. They'd be getting $25 to $50 with a drink. But after 10 drinks, they didn't care anymore. Yeah, they would also pay you in alcohol, which is another.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Well, that's what they were doing back in the day, and drugs. I'm sure of it. That's how the industry was rolling itself. It's just terrible because they're taking advantage of people that are basically broken. But in general, I like being a performer. I like being involved with other performers, and I clearly enjoy the lifestyle. I just wish I had more. What's the word? Security.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no security. You don't know what you're doing next. And did you have that as well? You don't know what? No, you're working for the radio.
No, when I was
record rather.
When I was playing, they needed musicians. Today, you get a keyboard, and that can represent the whole orchestra if you know how to handle it.
You're talking about a synthesizer.
Synthesizer, yes.
Yeah. I actually heard that on the way here. There's a guy. They didn't even have a guy clapping in the corner. It's a technological clap. It was the sound of a person
You
clapping.
got the sound of clapping, yeah.
Yeah, just add a clap here. You don't have to pay that person anymore because that clap is a universal anyone can use.
Recorded.
One time. One guy, hi, can you come in? I'll give you $1. Okay, good. Go home. Put it on the track. And everyone gets to use the guy's clap, which would work the same with sampling music, taking someone's saxophone playing or taking someone's lick or someone's music and taking a sample of it and repeating it over and over again.
It's not that easy today with the companies that are looking after the royalties of tunes. You can't be that free to do what you want to do in the industry.
Right. That's yeah. What I find really interesting is that all songs seem to sound really familiar now. Not that every song seems to sound like someone else's song, and if you make $1, that guy's going to sue you. He's going to take your money.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's happening more often than not, especially in Canada. The last three big Canadian, Robin Thicke with his Blurred Lines, it sounds just like that guy. But it really sounds like that guy, even with the jibber jabber at the beginning. Hey, you guys ready to party? Like, it's the same. So I don't know how you walk in Carly Rae Jespera. I can't. I'm a name person. I don't do names. But Call Me Baby, I think's the name of the song. She's getting sued. Lady Gaga with Madonna songs that sound the same. I don't know. I mean, jokes are the same thing, I guess. You know, but I've actually seen two comedians try to sue each other for jokes. And it doesn't really work out that well.
No, it doesn't.
For intellectual property for jokes. What ends up happening is that the comedian, if he did make $1 million from that joke, ends up paying you. Because you know, you're going to a club that's dark, and comedians know other comedians. It's basically a clique business. So the second you make an enemy of one, you made an enemy of all. So there's definitely comedians out there that are paying the rents of other comedians because they're using their jokes. But that's how it goes. And you walk around, you don't care if you're using other people's jokes where you're making people laugh, as long as you can make them laugh, because you're not getting paid.
That's what I do. If I have to tell a joke, it's not mine. It's something that I've remembered for almost 100 years.
Right. So definitely this industry isn't for everybody. No. And you still perform. You do it because you like to do it.
I enjoy doing it.
You're making a set list for yourself. You're going to sing tomorrow night. You're going to get up on stage. You're paying for the privilege. You could work the Super Bowl. Pay the big money to work the Super Bowl.
I'm okay. I can still sing a little bit. Everything else has gone to pot, but I can still do a little singing.
Right. It's all about how you're going to put it out there. My goodness. So Yiddish is dying. That was another side I saw.
Well, I haven't let go of the Yiddish.
No, you keep speaking the Yiddish, but I don't think the kids are
I love it. I love the Yiddish.
Yeah.
And
Yiddish is going away.
I don't do a complete Yiddish or a Hebrew program, but I put in a little bit of everything. When I'm working, I play to my audience, not to myself. I see who's there, and that's who I sing to or play to, because I like to do things that they're familiar with.
Well, because you have a set list here. And you invited them, so you know who you're going to be performing for.
I know the people here.
Right.
I know more. Well, some people are in and out, but most of the people that have been here, I know them all, and they all know me.
Well, that's important. It's important that you're sharing something and you're sharing with others. And at the end of the day, whoa! Again, we are here with my children. No one's getting beaten.
It's okay. The kids are children. Children are children.
They're doing pretty good, keeping a little quiet, because also, they're also in your facility. You have a cinema. You have a cinema area for movies to watch here.
Oh yeah, we sure do.
Woodworking. I've seen a woodworking area. You have a computer room, a place to utilize computers. A craft room, or I guess maybe that's the building room. And you also have a pool. You have and a workout gym and a pub. There's a pub here. Are you allowed to bring your own alcohol to that pub, or you have to buy their alcohol?
No, we're licensed here, so you can have your own alcohol in your own room.
Right.
But if you're going to drink in the pub, you got to pay.
You just can't bring one of those drinking hats.
No.
And then this one have rye, and then this one have ginger ale,
and
they mix in your mouth. Mm-hmm.
I manage pretty well with your mother. God bless her.
Yeah. My mom gets you the booze.
She buys me 3 bottles at a time, so I'm never without.
You're never without a little booze.
No, I enjoy a little drink before I have my meal.
Yeah, keeps it real. And Shabbat, I let the kids drink on Shabbat. I actually invite other children over on Shabbat just to get them drunk. No, I'm kidding. But I do ask the parents before I start feeding everyone some alcohol. But I like a little drink. So you drink on Shabbat. You have a little l'chaim, a little to life.
L'chaim, right?
Right. Before every meal.
Not every meal. Not before breakfast.
All right. Well, good. I'm glad you have some standards. We're not going to drink for. So we also have the pool, and the kids are excited to go swimming. So I'm hoping we're going to get you to lunch. We're going to take the kids swimming, and I just wanted to have something on tape so I could listen, and the kids could listen. And I'm going to be putting this on a podcast. It's called the Palmcast Network, and I have a website. So it's www.palmcastnetwork.com. And all of these programs are there. I have to put visuals to them because they won't replay just the audio unless I make it an MP3. So I'm thinking next year I'm going to go into iTunes and make these things available, just the audio. But because I'm using the engine that I'm using, they need videos, so I'm putting a couple of pictures. So I'm going to take a couple of snapshots of you, and I'll take a snapshot of the place, and then I'll put it up there so everyone can see it. And I'm going to. I'll put it out live on Saturday night, and then I'll put it out again on the program after that. Whoa!
Oh, that's my grandchildren. My great-grandchildren.
Your great-grandchildren and your grandchild. We're all trying to make it better for you. Kind of.
I appreciate everything that's done for me.
That's nice. And we're happy to visit. We visit once in a while, don't we?
You sure do.
It's something that it feels nice to come out here. I kind of miss Anthony Road. You know, I always have it in my head. I don't remember Bullock. I don't remember your last place all that much, but I always I go back to Anthony Road. I can see it in my head. Have you been back to Anthony Road just to drive by? Is it drive by?
I've driven by a few times.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, it brings back the memories. We were right across from the school.
Right.
I used to watch the kids come and go from school, especially my own little fella.
Across
he was
the way.
afraid of dogs. He walked all the way around the block to get into the school.
The school for what my Zadie's talking about is right across the road. Truly, you just walk down his steps, you cross the street, and then you'd walk like it wasn't even off a fraction. That the school was right across the street. Yeah, and he was afraid to walk to school because there was a dog there.
Not me, my son.
Yeah, right. No, that's what I'm talking about. Well, this is fantastic. Is there any interesting stories that I didn't ask about because I'm not smart enough to ask the question because I just wanted to have everything on online for myself so I could listen to it as often as I wanted. And basically, the 3 stories that I wanted to hear, I heard, and you're 96, which is fantastic because you're part of my longevity. I mean, if you can be 96, someday I could be 96.
Oh, incidentally, I had 5 sisters, and one of them lived till 101.
There you go.
My oldest sister.
5 sisters.
The others died in their late 80s, so it wasn't too bad.
Right. And who was the oldest out of all of your siblings?
My sister.
101?
The 101.
101.
My father died at 79, and my mother at 82.
What's your dad's name?
Yaakov.
Jacob.
Jacob.
Oh, man, one of the kids asked me that, and I couldn't for the life of me. Yaakov. Yaakov. And your mom's name?
Rivka Matl.
What?
Rebecca Martha.
Rebecca.
Rivka Matl.
Livka.
Yeah. That's
Livka.
the Hebrew name of Rivka, yeah.
Livka. So there's no translation to Livka. She's Livka.
Rivka, we made it Rebecca.
That's what I just said. I came up with Rebecca from Livka. 'Cause
Yeah.
it sounds like Rebecca if you say it fast.
Yeah,
Rebecca. Yeah. Livka.
And Matl was Martha.
Rebecca Martha.
Well, they have to anglicize the name. So, once you're living in Canada, you have to do as the Canadians do.
You know, I would hope that that's the truth. The people are here for a reason. Whoever comes to Canada, I feel bad because you came to Canada because wherever the hell you were, things were not going well. That's the reason you're here. But the second you get here, I'm finding in my own neck of the woods that people are keeping their own culture really strong and not really letting in the Canadian culture. Now, that being said, when you were a kid, did you have Thanksgiving? No, right? Thanksgiving wasn't on your thing. There was no Harvest Day. There was no. Our Harvest Day is Sukkot.
That's right.
Right? No. I celebrated Sukkot. I understood the building a hut with one wall missing. I got Sukkot, and I understood that it was bringing in the harvest. And you built the three walled hut to bring in the harvest. That was the point. And you eat one meal in the hut, in the
Sukkah, yeah.
in the Sukkot, which is really close to hut. I'm assuming like alpha beta, alphabet. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure that's how all that came to volition. Alpha beta. So Sukkot is what I perform. And when I got married outside of our faith, even though my wives have all been Jewish, of adopting Judaism, I started going to Thanksgiving dinners, not knowing, turkey. I think we had turkey before. But we would normally choose chicken over turkey. Like in general, there'd be it would be a chicken on the table, not a turkey on the table. Did you ever cook a turkey your whole life?
No.
No, you've never had a turkey your whole life. Yeah, so I'm from the same thing, except for the last 20 years, I've been bringing Thanksgiving into my life. I do Sukkot as well. Hey boys, you went to Sukkot on Wednesday? Yeah. So on Wednesday was Sukkot, so they celebrated in the hut. Pardon? We're going to go just now. We're just going to say see you later to Zadie. We're going to have him have a little bit of lunch, and we're going to go swimming. But we're just having a conversation about Levaji. You know how old? You know how he's 96. His sister lived to 101. We're going to be old people if we live right and drink before every meal. We can live a long, beautiful time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about over there? Adams!
What you doing?
What, I'm just doing impressions. At this point, I'm fucked old, Adam. That's my impression of my Zadie. I'm fucked old. I'm so old. And this was 40-odd years ago. 40-odd years ago, you look me straight in the face and go, I don't believe I'm still here. How am I not dead yet?
Adam, I've gone through a lot,
I know.
and I am a believer.
Yeah.
Regardless of what anyone says.
Right.
I believe there's a God,
Right.
and I believe He's looked after me all these years, and anything I asked for, so far, I received. And I feel it's just a wonderful bit to be Jewish, and to be able to talk directly to God. We don't need a third person to talk for us.
I tell the rabbi.
What?
I said you'll have to tell the rabbi.
The rabbi knows this.
Nah, the rabbi wants you to come to shul. He wants you to hang out in the community. He wants you to have a moment as a people, not just as an
You
individual.
know, Adam, we've been given those 10 commandments, and they're not bad commandments. If we didn't have this, we still run around like animals climbing trees.
Well, before that, we had the 7 commandments of the Noah commandments. We had the 7 Noah commandments. They didn't include 3 of them. There's only 7. But yeah, no. For clearly things took place that allowed us to,
No,
as a people.
we still never ignored the one commandment that there is only one God. You shouldn't have another image of God or anything like that. I don't know the direct wording of it,
Right, it's okay.
but something like that.
Yeah, something.
One God. And that's the one God I speak to. Every night before I go fall asleep, I speak to him or her, whatever it is.
Right.
And most of the time things work out pretty good. Unfortunately, one night it didn't work. I lost my girlfriend, my Rosie.
Right.
I had about almost 10 years with her. She was a good girl,
Right.
very presentable.
How old was she when she passed?
90.
90.
Yeah.
She a young girl.
Anyways, it hurt me very much.
Right.
However,
Right.
life goes on.
Well, this is very recent. This
Yeah.
losing your girlfriend.
August the 21st, she
yeah.
went.
Yeah, that's too
She
soon.
fell, she hurt her head, and she bled to death. And that was it.
Yeah, kind of important to make sure you have people around you after a certain age. You can't be living too.
Yeah,
can't
but
be
her
living alone.
family is very good to me. I went to her granddaughter's wedding, which she looked forward to. I was one of the guests of honor there,
Oh,
and it was beautiful.
who'd you go with?
Her son picked me up.
Oh, okay. Well, this is like an extended family to you. These are
Oh,
people
yeah.
that I don't know. I mean, they're not. I know you here, and I've been visiting you here.
No, they want me to come every Friday. I said, if you come and pick me up, I'll go.
Today's Friday.
Yeah. No, I said, after Yom Tov, we'll talk about it.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, we should just read Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
Well, those two are on. There's Simchas Torah, there's, what's this Sukkot, then Simchas Torah.
Right.
And I think it's over by then.
Too much going on. But but it keeps you stimulated. You need to look forward to stuff. That's what's important. That's what keeps
I
us
want
going.
to get to the Pride of Israel for Simchas Torah.
Okay.
Because I'm the bartender. I've been the bartender for about 40 years now.
The bartender. I didn't know there's a bartender at Simchas Torah.
Oh, we serve booze. I think I get everybody drunk. But I don't have to pay for the liquor. That's the good thing about it.
Well, my son just signed me saying that he loves me. He's the worst gang sign person ever. He goes, I love you. So
Skin of a rinky dinky doo. I love you.
well, that's a different gang sign. That you're calling in the elephants. I think that's how that one goes. All right. So I thank you very much for sharing your time with me. I wanted very much to have this happen because I had questions and my kids had their questions, and I thought this would be a fun something that I could have always, because this is now going to be online forever and for always. Just like when you're on YouTube doing the senior citizens star search senior citizen, that's on YouTube still.
Oh, is that?
Oh, unless you take it down, it stays there forever.
Old Bones.
Yeah, anytime, yeah. So if you look up, is it say Marvin Singer? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Marvin Singer's Old Bones. If you look that up on YouTube, you'll see him coming in second or third.
Always third.
Always third.
There's always 2 Russians ahead of me.
It always gets too quick, those Russians. They're always Russian, those Russians. Too fast, too quick. And then tomorrow, so I want you to break a leg tomorrow night. If I can get out there, I will, to see your live performance
You
for
better
your
be
birthday.
there.
Oh, I better be there. Well, then you should have invited me less than 15 minutes before it was going on. I'm for sure going to be there because all the kids are excited to eat some Chinese food.
I didn't send out any invitations.
You didn't send it. Well, then how are you telling people? I heard from your mom. From your daughter, rather.
Everybody's invited.
Everybody. Did you hear that, folks? If you can hear this, you're invited to come out to Amica and on Steeles. You can't bring any alcohol in. You got to buy the alcohol there. Other than that, it's a good time. And then on Monday nights, it's Singing with Marvin, where my father brings a guitar and they sing song there. And you bring your out the cuckers and you come in. I've come out a couple of times as well. To brought my fiddle, my guitar, and I sang along. What's that, Benjamin? Why would you want them? Okay, so folks, I thank you very much for listening. I like and share. If you have any questions or queries, please send them to the website that's on the email that's on the website, and I would love to chit chat with you again. I want to say see you later to my Zadie Marvin, because he's going to have some lunch now, and we'll re-air this, and everyone will take a listen. Yeah. Again, thank you for listening from my bedroom on location. I'd like to thank my children for making just a little bit more noise than they had to. And I'd like to thank my Zadie for waking up. That was fantastic. You were sleeping when we walked in.
I know.
But there's no lock on your door, so that was...
well, I'm hoping some pretty young lady walks in, but it didn't happen.
With a pizza, and she doesn't, and you don't have your money. And it's like, you don't mind if I pay you in love. All right, ladies, thank you very much for listening. Lots of love. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Adam, and thank my little great-grandchildren.
We'll see you again soon.
Okay, love you all, sweetheart.